Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Today I'm going to talk about the absorption costing in management accounting. Uh, we already know that a product is made up of three things: your direct material, your direct labor, and factory overheads. And we already know the definitions of direct material. It means that a material that can be traced out after the completion of your product. So the calculation for the cost of direct material is not a problem. In direct labor, the people those who are directly involved in the production process are direct labor, so their cost can also be calculated very easily, because we know that how many people are working on a product and how much cost we have to pay for their uh, services. The third component is your factory overheads, which is the most difficult to calculate, because we have to assign the cost of factory overheads to each department or product. This type of item is in a scattered form. For example, you have a electricity bill. You do not know that how much unit of electricity was allocated on one product. Then we have a gas bill. We do not know how much energy we allocated on a single product. And the lubrication of machinery which is producing product, we do not know how much lubricant was allocated on a single product. Then we have also indirect material. That means you cannot trace out after the completion of product, which is also part of your factory overheads. And indirect labor, which is actually the supervisor of a labor or a god of factory. So you cannot exactly calculate how much cost of factory overhead was allocated on a single product. So therefore we have to follow some sort of methods which can calculate cost to be assigned on a single product. These Out of these methods, today we are talking about absorption costing method. So absorption costing is a method for sharing overheads between a number of different products on a fair basis. What does that mean, fair basis? थोड़ा सा मैं आपको इसके बारे में ज़रा बता देता हूँ कि फेयर बेसिस का मतलब क्या होता है. इनफैक्ट फेयर बेसिस इज कि जिसके ऊपर जितनी कॉस्ट लगनी चाहिए उतनी ही लगे. ये नहीं है कि किस प्रोडक्ट के ऊपर एफर्ट ज़्यादा लगी, टाइम ज़्यादा लगा, तो उसके ऊपर कॉस्ट कम हो जाए, और सिमिलरली जिस प्रोडक्ट के ऊपर आपकी कॉस्ट कम लगनी चाहिए आप ज़्यादा लगा दें, एंड वाइस वर्सा. तो जिसके ऊपर जितनी कॉस्ट लगनी चाहिए उतनी ही लगे, उससे ज़्यादा ना लगे. दैट इज़ अ फेयर basis. So the chapter begins by looking at three stages of absorption costing. First, you allocate on the departments. For example, your product is made up of 3, 4, 5 departments. So these factory overheads would be allocated first on the department, then they would be distributed in in your products. So first you allocate it, then you distribute it, and then finally you absorb it. And then later on you see that the FH you allocated may be differ from the applied FH. And applied FH, we have already seen that we have already discussed many times about uh, FH applications, because you do not have an actual FH. uh, at the time of calculation you have to calculate the cost of your product. You have to calculate uh, the price of product so that you can launch your product in the market. So before that, these your FH are incurred on a time to time basis. So you make a best guess for your FH. First you allocate it and then see that how much they are different from your over from your applied FH. So इन दोनों का आप difference लेते हैं, actual का और applied FH का, फिर बाद में उनकी adjustment की जाती है. So we have already discussed many times about it. So we are not so I'm not going in the details about it. So the first step in absorption costing is the allocation. So allocation is the process by which whole cost items are charged direct to a cost unit or cost centers. So what do we mean by the cost center in the allocation process? And here we have also used a word whole cost. Whole cost means कि आपकी फैक्ट्री के अंदर टोटल जितने भी इस वक्त FH हो चुके होते हैं, यानी ओवरहेड्स आपके हो चुके होते हैं, क्योंकि इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का बिल पूरी फैक्ट्री का होता है, आपके गैस के बिल, आपके टेलीफोन के बिल, मशीनरी की कॉस्ट, ये सारी सारी इन टोटल होती है. सो यू डिस्ट्रीब्यूट योर फैक्ट्री ओवरहेड total cost into your cost centers. So that is a first step of your allocation. So allocation is to assign a whole item of cost or of revenue to a single cost unit, cost center, account or time period. So इस basis पे आप उनकी allocation कर रहे होते हैं. Cost centers may be one of the following types. Cost center mean ये आपके department भी हो सकते हैं. आप एक स्पेसिफिक आइटम को भी कॉस्ट सेंटर कह सकते हैं, जो मैं आपको बाद में बताता हूँ कि किस तरीके से होता है. सो आप प्रोडक्शन डिपार्टमेंट टू विच प्रोडक्शन ओवरहेड आर चार्ज, जहाँ पे आपकी एक्चुअली प्रोडक्ट्स बन रही होती हैं. देन अ प्रोडक्शन एरिया सर्विस डिपार्टमेंट टू विच प्रोडक्शन ओवरहेड्स आर चार्ज. आपका फॉर एग्जांपल एक स्टोर डिपार्टमेंट है, एक्चुअली योर प्रोडक्ट्स आर नॉट बीइंग प्रोड्यूस्ड इन दैट सर्विस डिपार्टमेंट. ये आपके जो स्टोर्स में आपका रॉ मटेरियल वगैरह रखा हुआ होता है, so they are not actually producing products, such kind of departments. तो आप इनमें भी आपके FH हो रहे होते हैं, क्योंकि यहाँ पे आपकी इनडायरेक्ट लेबर होती है, यहाँ पे गार्ड्स बैठे होते हैं एंड सो ऑन. देन वी हैव एन एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव डिपार्टमेंट टू विच एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ओवरहेड्स आर चार्ज. आपका जो फैक्ट्री को पूरी तरीके से उनकी देखभाल की जा रही होती है, उनका एडमिनिस्ट्रेट किया जा रहा होता है. सो द सैलरीज बीइंग पेड टू दिस, एंड देन stationery charges, electricity and so on. There are a lot of types of factory overheads that is incurred in each department. तो उनके ऊपर FH जो है वो allocate किए जाते हैं. This is also a kind of cost center. Then a selling or a distribution department to which sales and distribution overheads are charged. This is also a kind of your cost center. Then an overhead cost center to which items of expense which are shared by a number of departments, such as rent and rates, heat and light and the canteen are charged. So rent and rates, for example कोई आपने बिल्डिंग, कोई प्रीमिसेस हायर की हुई है, तो आप पर डिपार्टमेंट उसकी FH कैलकुलेट नहीं करते उसका रेंट का. यू हैव टू पे फॉर द होल. आप कोई हर डिपार्टमेंट ये नहीं कहेगा कि हमारा रेंट इतना बनता है, बल्कि वो पूरी पूरी प्रीमिसेस का रेंट पे किया जाता है एट द सेम टाइम. देन हीट एंड लाइट, आपकी इलेक्ट्रिसिटी है, आपकी गैस है, इनको हीट अप किया जाता है. तो ये सारे सारे आपके टोटल FH होते हैं, ना कि आपका सिंगल डिपार्टमेंट बेस्ड होते हैं. सो इनिशियली यू कैलकुलेट इन होल. एंड देन आपकी कैंटीन, कैंटीन मीन्स के यू यू प्रोवाइड मील टू योर एम्प्लॉयज, योर लेबर. तो वो भी एक आपकी FH की कॉस्ट आ रही होती है. तो ये भी, अब ये जो आपके एम्प्लॉयज होते हैं, लेबर होते हैं, दे कम फ्रॉम सेवरल डिपार्टमेंट्स. तो आप ये नहीं कह सकते कि इस डिपार्टमेंट में FH की कॉस्ट इतनी आई, इतनी आई, इतनी आई. यू बेसिकली फर्स्ट एट इनिशियल स्टेज सम ऑफ ऑल दीज, और आप इन सब को कॉस्ट सेंटर बोलते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई जस्ट गिव एन एग्जाम्पल, द वेजेस ऑफ ए वेयर हाउस सिक्योरिटी गार्ड, एज आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू, जो आपका स्टोर डिपार्टमेंट है फॉर एग्जाम्पल, उसके ऊपर एक सिक्योरिटी गार्ड है, तो उसकी FH की कास्ट उस स्पेसिफिक डिपार्टमेंट को एलोकेट होगी. देन फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपकी जो स्टेशनरी होती है, पेपर्स, आपकी जो रिकॉर्ड्स वगैरह रखने के लिए होते हैं, तो वो आपका जो कंप्यूटर डिपार्टमेंट होगा, दैट इज आल्सो ए कॉस्ट सेंटर, तो उसके अंदर वो एलोकेट की जाएगी. फॉर एग्जाम्पल लेट्स सी एन एग्जाम्पल, wages of a supervisor of a department A, you have to pay $200. Then wages of supervisor of department B, $150. So you see that here they have provided you the exact amount in a separate department. ये नहीं उन्होंने कहा कि डिपार्टमेंट A एंड B में टोटल जो है वो $350 की कॉस्ट आई है जो वेजेस उनको पे की गई है. ऐसे नहीं है आपका, but they are being told separately, so you don't need to reallocate them, they're already distributed. Then we have an indirect material consumed in department A, that is $50. Again you see that they have provided separately $50 for department A. However, the rent of premises shared by department A and B, that is $300. Now we have a problem here. Rent is being paid for both departments, department A and B, that is $300, and we do not know that how much department A have rent how much department A have to pay rent, and then how much department B have to pay rent out of this 300. So we distribute these departments into three, and we call them as a cost center. 101, you see here, 101 department code, and then we say department A. Then we have a 102 department B, and then we call the combined FH, and we say them department to code 201, and we say we have another department that is rent. We don't say them this is department C, but we say them this is also a cost center, and we say rent department. So overhead cost would be allocated directly to each cost center. 200 plus 50 here, 250 to cost center A. We do not need to distribute them because they are already being told that department A have a 200 and uh, supervisors, and then indirect material is being used in department that was $50. So it was 250 for department A. Then we can see that 150 to cost center 102, which is department B. So there is no problem at all because they have already exactly amount being mentioned for department B. And then we have a $300 to cost center 201. We separately uh, considered rent as a separate cost center, and we say that 300 was $300 was allocated to uh, cost center rent. Then the rent of factory will be subsequently shared by the two production departments. But for the purpose of day-to-day cost recording in this particular system, the rent will be first of all be charged in full to our department cost center. Now just look how we distribute these factory overheads according to some sort of criteria. The second stage is, first was the allocation, we allocated it. Now we will move to the apportionment, how we distribute them. So the second stage in absorption costing is the overhead apportionment. This involves apportioning general overheads to cost centers and then reapportioning the cost of service cost center to the production departments. So first we allocated it, and then we redistribute them, reapportion them to the production departments. So we had a service department which was rent, and then now rent would be distributed in these production department A and B. How they would be distributed, we will discuss in a while. So apportionment is to spread indirect revenues or cost over two or more cost centers. Units accounts are a time period. They may be distributed according to the monthly basis, weekly basis, or maybe fortnightly, and so on. So the first stage is apportioning general overheads. Overhead apportionment follows on from overhead allocation. The first stage of overhead apportionment is to identify all overhead costs as production department, production service department, first production department, then we have a service department, and then we have might be having administrative or selling or distribution departments. So first they would be distributed in each department. This means that cost for heat and light, rent, rates, and canteen, and so on, so that is cost which we have been allocated to general overhead cost centers, must be shared out between the other cost centers. So how they are being distributed, we have to follow some sort of criteria. For example, if you look at here, we have different kinds of factory overheads. We have rent, rates, heating and light, repair and depreciation of building. So if you look at here, we have a building. So these are the FH cost related with the buildings. So the basis for calculation of FH would be the floor area occupied by each department. जिस department ने ज़्यादा area occupy किया वो उसके ऊपर FH की cost भी ज़्यादा लगेगी, और जिसके ऊपर जिस department में फ्लोर एरिया कम ऑक्यूपाई किया हुआ उसके ऊपर कॉस्ट भी कम लगेगी. सो दैट वुड बी द बेसिक क्राइटेरिया फॉर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ बिल्डिंग रिलेटेड एफएच. Then we have a depreciation or insurance of equipment. If you look at here we are talking about the equipment, and we have a insurance FH related with the equipment. So they would be distributed according to the cost or book value of equipment. So we got another criteria related with the different type of factory overhead. So any cost or book value of equipment would be considered as a basis for the distribution of your FH. Then we have service related FH, for example, personnel office, canteen, welfare, wages and cost offices, first aid, and so on. These FH would be distributed according to the number of employees in each department, or maybe the your labor hours worked in each cost center or department. So फॉर एग्जांपल किसी एक डिपार्टमेंट के अंदर आपके नंबर ऑफ एम्प्लॉयज या लेबर ज़्यादा है तो उसके ऊपर एफएच की कॉस्ट भी ज़्यादा आएगी, जिसके अंदर एम्प्लॉयज कम है उसके अंदर कम आएगी. ये नहीं हो सकता कि आप उसको डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर दें इवनली. दिस वुड डिस्टॉर्ट द कैलकुलेशन ऑफ योर एफएच इन ईच डिपार्टमेंट. Then we have heating, lighting. You can distribute it according to the floor area or maybe the volume of space occupied by each department. So these are basically the four criteria on which your FH are distributed and their basis for calculation of your FH. So for example, I'm just giving an example. Here we have these four criteria we talked about in our previous slide. We have a different FH: rent, heating cost, insurance of machinery, cleaning cost, and then canteen cost. And we have seen that in the previous slide that what could be the criteria for distributing these FH in your cost centers. For example, we have a rent. Rent is distributed according to the floor area of a cost center. So जिस department में floor ज़्यादा यूज किया गया है उसके ऊपर FH की cost भी rent की ज़्यादा आएगी. So the basis would be your D. Then heating cost. Heating would be distributed according to the uh, volume of cost center. So A would be the answer here. Then insurance of machinery, we have seen that the value of equipment would be considered as the basis of calculation of your FH. So we have insurance of machinery and value of machinery we have in the B. So B would be the answer. And then cleaning cost, we already know that cleaning is related with the building, and we have to allocate this cleaning cost according to the floor area. That would be your D. And then finally canteen cost, we have seen that this canteen is made up for the labor and the basis would be number of employees in cost center. So C would be the answer. So in this short video, I have just explained you the allocation and apportionment of cost. What could be the basis for calculation of your cost according to the some sort of criteria, and we have seen that we could have a volume of cost center, value of machinery, number of employees, and floor area. These provide you the basis how to distribute your cost. So in the next lecture we will talk about how these overheads are distributed when we have a some kind of uh, calculated values are difficult question as compared to this one as just I gave you. So up till now, thank you very much. Inshallah, we will meet in the next lecture.